Let's go, people. How's everybody
Morning.
doing? We're going to wait, but obviously there's nobody in here at the moment. I'll pop it out
Yeah.
on the socials and stuff. How you
Yeah,
doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm very well. Good weekend. Feel refreshed, ready to go.
Yeah. What did you do? Do anything nice on the weekend?
Just went gym. That's it. Yeah,
We're simple creatures, aren't we?
it's true.
We are simple creatures, man.
You just end up waiting for the week to roll around again. That's the thing.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, GU's already hit the target, so that's interesting.
Mine's already
Nearly
high.
anyway. Let me pop this. I'll let you jump in and do your little bit of analysis, and I'll put this on my social media and stuff. So
Yeah,
I'll just pop it over.
Yes, for any of you guys that are more high time frame, I'm basically just trading EU and GU. I look for mostly swing trades. I think at the minute it's been difficult because you can see that we are just kind of ranging. I think
Shock as fuck.
Yeah, we've shown direction to an extent more on EU. I like the week setting up. I think there's potential for us to come and test yearly highs, but it may depend on the Fed rate. So I've set a limit already, kind of waiting for if we do get a pullback to see that previous weekly low broken. And if we get that, I will be looking to take a buy, hopefully anticipating that we can test the highs without pulling back deeper, back below 1.16 at a minute. So yeah, sometimes I do just set positions and wait all week and they don't get tagged in. That's the game I play. It's very patient. I've done that for the last year and a half and found it a lot better on my psychology compared to when I was on the lower time frame. So that's really what I'm looking for on EU. I can do GU as well. If we get that up, stop sharing on this one. Is that possible to start sharing on this one as well?
Yeah. What I would do is put it as a window. I'll tell you after.
Right.
But you do your thing. If you put it on a window, then you just change the tabs, and then it's.
Sweet. Yeah, GU's come up nicely. I think.
Yeah, I got lucky on that one. That really I didn't think it was going to push up that fast.
It's already coming to take previous weekly highs. So I mean, GU's been similar to EU. We have had issues around 135, 500. I'm really trying to see if we can get a weekly break higher to try and test the high. But yeah, sitting out at the minute, I've waited a long time. I took a few losses back in August down here, and then really took one more loss on sales again. I've just had the whole bias wrong, I think. So for me now, to not get more drawdown on my funded accounts, try and wait for the right setup, which is hard because I haven't took many winners in the last couple of months, and sometimes you have to wait, especially on the higher time frames, for what you want to see. But yeah, that's really my analysis for the week.
Yeah,
crazy at the minute.
To be honest, I was looking at the same type of thing. I go lower time frame, but the overall it just looks it's bullish. Obviously, you've had the break, you've had the retest of the prior area of demand. That nasty candle where it's just come down, taken all those lows, and now it looks like it's continuing up.
Yeah,
definitely look like we're going over to complete another higher high. US dollar also pretty weak.
Very,
at the moment, even though it's on the bottom of it's on some of its lowest points that it has been for the last few years. It still seems like it wants to go lower, and it doesn't want to stop going lower, which is one of those.
Hard, because when you're seeing that, especially like you look at the dollar index, it's dropping, and you're thinking it hasn't been this area for years. You're anticipating it going up, but
yeah, so you start buying something. You start buying something that you think is cheap, and it is cheap, but you don't understand that it could probably go cheaper. I did the mistake. I wouldn't say the mistake, but I converted all of my money into dollars last month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just started buying loads of dollars because it's at one of its lowest points, but dollar is carrying on moving lower. But when you're thinking of it in long-term weekly time frames, well, these are probably good areas to buy. Like if we look at just the dollar index in general, we go onto a weekly time frame.
Yeah.
To be honest, we've broken out of this huge range accumulation.
Yeah.
Where is it going to go next? I don't know. We're in this area right now. It's difficult, man. It's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Jonathan from the Fivers thinks obviously we're in this kind of like weird channel, and he thinks we're actually going to actually break up higher.
Oh, okay, I see that. Yeah.
He thinks obviously this was a deviation, come back in, and we're in like this accumulation type of area, and then something that like that. That's what he's thinking. A lot of stuff can happen on a weekly time frame, so
it's very high time frame, isn't it?
Yeah, for me, it's just not even bother looking at it.
No.
The trade that we had this morning, I didn't get that on the Funding Rock evaluation, unfortunately, was just that. So didn't break the Asian highs, but just that break, retest, and continuation trade was
nice.
But it's pushing high indeed, and all of these EMAs that it's just hugging all of these EMAs and just keeps coming down, push, keep coming down, push. And to be honest, if we're looking at everything, we're not really making breaking any structure. Like this structure never got broken, that structure never got broken, this, it just keeps moving up and moving up. So I wouldn't want to be selling on like a swing trade until we break any type of structure. Like now we've broken the highs, so I would anticipate for us maybe today move a little bit higher, tomorrow, and I don't know, something like that maybe.
It's hard to tell. I think where I got caught out was the start of September. That big drop off caught me out big time because
this one. Sorry,
you go all the way back to date, was it the 1st or the 2nd of September?
Oh, this.
Yeah. That looks like the grab. Now go up.
Yeah. That's a naughty move, man. That took, I think, a lot of people off the ball game, to be honest, because a lot of people would be looking, okay, this is a massive impulsive move, okay, break, retest type of continuation trade, and especially on lower time frames. Let's have a look at what this would be. See, I look at that on a lower time frame, and it just, it doesn't look something like I would like to sell, to be honest.
It swept the lows again after making a low, and then just came all the way back up. So
GU's a savage.
It is.
GU is a savage, to be fair. Let's have a butchers and what other things are going. So EU, I think EU's been harder to trade, and if you have a look at that on a 15-minute time frame, you're spending some days just in range.
Pure range.
Same here. Same type of range bound structures. This is nice. Australian dollar as well. And this is this Australian dollar is actually like by the book type of stuff as well, because it's just all it is: break, retest, continuation, break, retest, continuation. Now we're touching these. We had the retest of those prior highs pre-break. So
look a lot better than EU.
Yeah, it looks just a classic type of bullish market structure, and he put it on a 4-hour. This for you,
beautiful. Yeah,
that is
too good.
That is just fantastic, isn't it? It is beautiful, hugging these EMAs, breaking, retesting prior highs pre-break, and just moving up slowly. That's why I still think, even though people are saying the dollar is just, it's cheap, do you want to be buying it right now? I don't actually know. No. Don't think so.
It's hard. You got to trade what you see, not what you think. So that's what I've been doing a lot recently that I shouldn't have done.
Yeah. I fell into that though as well though. I fell into that. I went on a bit of a tilty one for the past 2-3 weeks, and that's because I was thinking, okay, it's going to do something, but price was telling me something different, like in front of my face.
Yeah.
But I would not let it go because I wanted to be right.
And you have a few losses as well. As soon as you start having a few losses, even if you think you're being logical, you're not. Sometimes.
Yeah. Especially if you're on a brand new funded account, or you're on a funded account, or you're on an account that you've just had a payout from. Sometimes warming the account up with like a little bit of risk and not the whole thing, and just getting those little wins just to get them into the account is so much better than thinking, okay, I'm going to make another 5 or 10%, and then you go in heavy and then you lose that, and then it tilts you. It puts the account on just such the back leg. I don't know, maybe that's my superstition, but warming the account up definitely helps if anybody's...
I like the idea. I think the thing is, especially when you get a payout, you've probably been on a winning streak to get yourself a payout. So the chances of you going back is high, and that's where they get you. That's where it's so easy. If you don't have your psychology in check, you want to chase that money again. Yeah, difficult.
My biggest losing streaks have always come after my winning streaks, and that what tilted me the worst was I had a number in mind of what I was going to get, and I was thinking this is going to be a massive payout. I'm going to put it on social media. I'm going to do this. Wow, it was a big payout, and I was chasing that so much that eventually it just tilted, and that's why keeping yourself grounded and not acting like a pillar can also help,
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we got Mr. Vickers up in the chat.
What's up, Stephen?
And GU's got a naughty little breaker above, but just looks like it's actually turning into a bit of a pinbar or swing failure pattern, to be honest. Wouldn't be too scared about that though. Don't know.
What would you look for now? Continue buys of this?
Nah, now I would be. That's it. For me, the trade was here. If it's already here, then because you don't know now if it's going to fail and start breaking lower, or if it's just retest of these levels and then continuation higher. I don't really know.
I think EU as well. EU swept nicely this morning.
Let's have a look here. I'll put your chart on.
Yeah, cool.
Man, you got some bad boy colors, man. For some reason, they're so much cleaner.
Yeah.
I might have to go with a dark layout.
Do you know what? Like this layout I've had for over a year. I just normally would change it every 3 months or 6 months. Now I like this. Just kept it.
No, that's clean, man.
Yeah. So we just took out Asian low, and then we tested back at. We took Asian high again. So if you're playing like a really lower time frame play after sweeping that, you could have played the range, but we're not even taking out previous daily high yet. So EU's not quite done as much, has it, as GU?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see it's still ranging on the 1 hour, so I'd be very careful at the minute.
So for me, that just looks like a swing failure pattern, taking out all the highs, and now it looks like it's going to take Asian lows.
Yeah.
Where I'd be a bit mindful of that is just these EMAs. So we've got this nice level, and now we broke up above here, and now I bet you that's a 50 fib as well. So you've got all of these different confluences that just say that basically we would probably want to continue upwards.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one, man. These markets are interesting.
It's been difficult the last few months, I have to say. I think a lot of traders, especially if they've only got into it this year, might have found the recent period the hardest.
Yeah. when Trump first came in, that was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good. The volatility that we had there and like the mean reversion trades were just so savage. And we just really have been ranging. I think we're ranging quite a lot because we're waiting to see if the Fed's going to cut or not, or how much they're going to cut by, and you know, all of these different kind of geopolitical and macroeconomic type of event. But I don't know, man. I look at EU and that just looks gross.
Horrible. Yeah.
I don't know how you swing trade, mate, in this environment.
It's crazy. Like, for the most part, I'm looking at weekly setups. So like really trying to call if we got confirmations for that direction, look at the low or high of the week, trying to get in off that and play that move to the higher time frame liquidity points, really. But it's tough, man. I hold trades sometimes for like longer than a week easily, and you get used to it, but psychologically, you know, you're still looking at the chart. Even I can say it now, even though I've done quite well for myself, I'm still looking at the charts too often, more than I should be by a mile, because you're so fixated on that position, especially if you've been in drawdown and you're looking for that win to get you into profit, and it's a higher win, you look to get that payout. So yeah, it's not easy swing trading, but I think each has their own drawbacks and benefits.
Yeah, definitely. I think I don't know how it would be for swing traders, but over trading for intraday traders is definitely one of the biggest issues, because the market's always giving off, especially in the lower time frames, always giving off the feeling that the momentum's come in. And if you're in a range, that momentum, that kind of impulse that fails, is like the thing that triggers a lot of traders to come in. So you get in and then suddenly it comes back and then it takes you out and then it goes back in, and that can induce quite a lot of over trading. And especially if you're in front of the charts all day. If you're in front of the charts all day, sometimes it's very difficult to not get into a position, especially if it's doing that.
It's brutal. I've tried to limit the time I have on the charts, especially transitioning to swing trading. I try and come on, I'll do my daily outlook, and then half an hour max being on the charts, and I'll try and come on. Just limit it. If it's a no trade day, sit out, wait for the next day, and then you can just do life, because traders think that trading has to just be their whole life. But I think a lot of traders would benefit from trading less and taking a more calm approach and tactical approach than just spamming entries all the time.
Yeah. It also depends on the personality as well. If you're somebody that, you know, needs a little bit of extra time, or you can get induced into trading a little bit of over trading, then maybe just, you know, it really depends. But now you're full-time trader now, no?
Yeah. So
how does that feel?
Do you know what? It's felt good. I'd say probably more so once have already tried to go full-time.
Yeah.
And it really didn't work out well. And that was, what we're saying now, it's like nearly 3 years ago. So the last 3 years, or more so like 2.5 years, when I went back into a job, I realized that the approach I've got to take is different this time. So only now have I finally been able to leave that job and really tried to not think about how quickly I can leave my job, rather instead enjoy the process, and realize some traders do have jobs and you can still do both. It's not the end of the world.
Look, what's going on here? Why is this not letting me get into a position? Now that's weird.
Got a question on EU. Obviously, you've got EU and EU Pro. Is EU Pro the raw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we've got both. I've told these guys to get rid of the other one, man. Leave it, man. Who needs the other one when you've got Pro?
Yeah.
But do you know what? I can't wait to get rid of this bloody platform, and I'm being super honest, man. I love CTrader. Trade Lock is okay. It's all right. You know, it does your basic things.
Yeah.
But CTrader is just the one, man. C Trader for me, so much better than NT5. The executions, even for the trade copiers, just everything is just, you got all your accounts all in one. Maybe I'm biased from NT5 because I think it's such a clunky platform.
MT5 is all I've used up until literally a few weeks ago. I got
Really?
I got an account with Bright Funded with C Trader, and then obviously.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna start hitting off on other firms, but I've also been on one of their 200k accounts, and I was appalled.
Really? What, by like spreads?
Yeah. Executions, slippage.
It's another
I don't know
thing
what you're feeling, but what was your experience?
With C Trader so far?
No, with Bright.
That is, so Bright Funded have an app to download that's C Trader, so it's.
Yeah.
I've not used the desktop, I've only used the mobile, and yeah, I mean it's all right. I'm so used to MT5 over the last years that everything's in one place with that, whereas I've got to learn new stuff with C Trader and that. So I'm trying to think all out to see what I want to go for long term now. Really.
They've got good little risk tools as well, especially if I missed that entry. 2 seconds. Right. Bit of a late entry. 5 minute. Okay. Yeah, so this is the trade I've got on. I don't know what's going on with Trade Locker at the moment, but for some reason I can only close my positions. So this is the trade that I've got on a different account. But also with I don't know, man, it's just MT5, you can't go wrong with MT5. Let me put that straight. MT5
it's old though.
It's a bit clunky, and even their dark view or whatever you call it, dark mode, it looks a bit weird, man. I don't know. I don't really.
See, I don't like the desktop MT5. I like the mobile app. That's good. But I don't.
The mobile app is garbage.
That's what. Yeah, I haven't really got. Yeah, I need to get desktops on all of them. I need to test them all out and see, because back in the day you only had MT5, MT4. Really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now you've got different options and they're more relatable to a lot of the, like even like Trade Locker. You got Trading View on there, like you can see the Trading View, and that's what all of us as traders like. We like to see Trading View, what we look at to make our analysis to also take trades on. Whereas MT5 is very old.
Bit of a better entry. The wrong shades of black in MT5 could be better. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like they've got dark modes, but it's like a weird dark mode. Not like.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not good.
It's not the best.
Do you like using the fib?
That is pretty much the only thing that I use. It's my biggest confluence, yeah.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, I get in mostly just around the 50 fib, 50, 618 if it was crypto, 50 for Forex. And I tend to go for the minus 50 if there's a lot of momentum. If there's a momentum into the market, then I'll go for that deviation mark. And if there isn't, then I'll get out just at the break at the top, which is a 1-to-1. And I could get probably about a 60% win rate if I'm keeping this thing in check.
Right, yeah.
If I'm not keeping this thing in check, then it doesn't matter what I do because it just won't work. That's the problem being discretionary trader as well. It's depending how well you turn up. And if you're on till, you know.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. Yeah.
Yeah. We need to do a little bit another like an interview, just talking about your trading journey and stuff, and how you got in. But briefly, how did you get into trading then?
So my journey started a long time ago, back in 2018. So I've been involved in
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been trading for the same amount of time then, man. What, through crypto? You got through crypto, didn't you?
I didn't. I got in through university. So I went to like a university that specialized in investment banking. So it was trying to get students to the path to be an investment banker. So it was in London.
Yeah. Was it London School of Economics?
No, it was back then. It was called London Institute of Banking and Finance.
Okay.
Very small building in London Bank, and really, I just saw a lot of other students starting to learn trading on their, mobiles or on their laptops, and obviously curiosity got the better of me, and I just wanted to understand what they're doing. So I pretty much went home that day and just started calculating 20% a month, compounding it.
What a way to entice you into trading with leverage, huh?
Yeah. So like I was already a millionaire within the first year. And then like anything, I started a small live account, did that for a little while. I think I put like 5k in, lost a K within the first 3 months.
Yeah.
Realized that I'm definitely not ready for that level. So I've been through a few guys. I traded a lot of support and resistance back in the day. I traded that for a very long time. I just couldn't quite make it work.
Okay.
From there, I was always on a live account. Had some good months, made quite good money, and then also had equally bad months, if not worse bad months. And then got into understanding prop firms a little bit more, because to scale, especially when you're young and you want that money, you can't have access for the most part to a 6-figure live account that's going to give you a living. No. And that's where it clicked for me. So I tried to work around a new strategy that had rules set within the prop firms I could try and actually do well with. And ever since then, I did my first prop firm challenge, must have been 2023, failed that, and then come back stronger in 24 and ended up from there just parting prop firms. Failed a few, of course, but I've passed more than I've failed at the minute. So that's something I can take pride in.
Yeah.
A lot of traders don't. So yeah, still got all the funding that I started with or have accumulated over the last year and a bit. But now I'm in deep drawdown. It's the biggest drawdown I've been in by a mile ever since I started.
Yeah.
It's tough for me right now.
How are you approaching that mentally?
I still feel confident in my strategy. Like, it's not like I've gone on tilt at any point necessarily. Yeah. Like, my data that I've gathered over the last 3 or 4 years, I have big losing streaks in them. And usually the way my wins and losses are is I could have a big win streak and then a big losing streak, big win streak. So I know that they come in massive blocks.
Yeah.
And that partly plays into the fact I play trades on EU and GU at the same time. So if I'm taking trades on the higher time frames on both and I'm scaling in, that's a lot of winners at once.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen all the time. Like, we're talking maybe 3 or 4 months of the year are like really good. But then the others, other 6 to 8 aren't. So for me, I try and look at the long-term approach, think quarterly, monthly, but really quarterly on the profits. And that's what gets me through these periods of not over trading and sticking to it. Because I know that if I was to overtrade or do something wrong, I've done it so many times. Like, I've been in the game for 7 years. I know how it ends. So I need to keep in check.
Yeah.
So there's no other way. I can't go off and do something that I wouldn't do that was in my testing. And I've really tried to cultivate that in the last 2 years, which I've been able to stick to. And I feel good. Even if I'm losing, I still feel like the next trade's higher chance of a winner. And that my head good.
Yeah, I think that's why I kind of can relate to that a little bit, because I know that if I go through these types of periods, it doesn't bother me that much, because I know I've gone through these periods before and I've got out with it, and it's ended up me having some of my best times. But it's difficult as well, man, because sometimes it can really hit your confidence. When things start to hit your confidence, then it's a problem. If you can still like execute as normal, then everything's fine, you know.
It's hard executing continuously when you've had 6 losses in a row, for example.
On a higher time frame, yeah.
You know, I think it's since the start of July, I've took 1 win. So that's 2.5 months, 1 win. Not many traders can just sit there and take. I think I've took like 10 losses, if not more than that. It's difficult.
Yeah, I know if I take, I could lose a few trades in one day, and I'll come in the next day, and I could just make all of that back and some. Yeah. And that's just because the nature of lower time frame trading. One day you could be stuck in a range and you can get eaten up, and the next day you're trending, and then you just make everything back when it's trending. But I don't think I couldn't do swing trading. Couldn't do it, just probably for that reason, because it would just mentally play with me that I'd be waiting to try and get that money back or something like that. But I'm waiting for so long for something to actually happen.
Sure.
It's interesting how you've gone through the retail route though, instead of going into like institution and banking and stuff like that. What was the reason why you went through the retail route right now?
In terms of not going into like a job, like an actual.
Yeah, not going, because obviously you're at university into a school like that where they probably take you out from there. You go into obviously the investment banking and all that kind of stuff. What was the change in?
It was at uni. So at uni, after the first year, this is where you start to get little internships for a month or 2 months. I started to realize when you go into that industry, you are working your ass off. You're working too many hours for what your money is. You're getting paid very good money, but if you've got to live in central London, for example, because you're working late and you can't get the train home and then travel
2,500 on rent, another 1,000 on this.
You're not actually doing that well. Like, you're just getting bombarded by all this work with very little gain, and obviously you get your bonus at the end of the year, which is a bit of salvation for that. But yeah, apart from that, you've got to work for a good few years before you start climbing that ladder.
Yeah,
and I just thought it was a quicker route through trading. Now, probably to an extent it is, but it's also a lot of people aren't making that much money with trading as much as people think. Especially when you start involved in tax with stuff as well.
With tax,
it rinses your money.
Well, in the UK, especially now, because they're going absolutely through everything. Like I was thinking about putting money aside into an ISA, but now they're saying they want to go after ISAs and they want to go after this and they want to start taxing that. And yeah, it's difficult. They even want to start going, through betting. And for the UK, one of the most lucrative ways of being tax-free is spread betting. Spread betting in the UK is huge because people use it because it's tax-free. If they win, they win. But if they start then taxing spread betting, well, where is your UK trader going to hide? It's tough, man. But that's the thing. That's what I asked myself. Okay, if they're going to tax you on winnings of bets, which CFD trading, you can put them in the same type of place. But specifically with spread betting, what they're going to do about the losses? Are they going to give you a rebate on the losses?
Yeah, true. Probably not.
No.
No.
So what? They're just going to take. It's not. It's a bit of a difficult one, to be honest.
Yeah, I even saw something about, I don't know, some mandate or something within the budget. I saw soon for high net worth individuals, even if you want to locate to Dubai or somewhere with tax benefits, that they're going to put like a 5-year lock on you or something like that, where you've still got
for your worldwide income.
Yeah. So they'll still tax you, but as if you were still in the UK, and until that period's up, you will pay tax to the UK. So,
but do they think this is going to work?
I mean,
do they really think that people with that much money are just going to sit there and do that?
They're going to find loopholes, aren't they?
No, they're just going to be like, okay, I don't need a UK passport or citizenship. I'm going to take all my money out, and then I'm going to never come back to the UK. You know?
Yeah.
But
it's not much in the UK anymore. UK's just it's falling apart.
EU is very weak, very, very, very weak. Let's have a look at the what's going on with the news today. Yeah, there was a quite an interesting protest as well.
There was on the weekend.
Yeah. Okay, what have we had this morning? Nothing of interest. What have we got later? Don't know. New York Empire State Manufacturing Index. I don't think we're going to have anything today.
It's very quiet today.
Very quiet. So what are you doing with yourself now? Obviously, you're full time. You're a swing trader.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do now? Content and stuff like that?
I've got my own YouTube channel, so obviously I'm doing a lot. I'm going to do a lot more content on that and really focus on pushing it. I've had some good growth on my YouTube over the last 6 months. So really now, if I can push on towards the end of the year and get some stuff going for the new year, that's my main focus. I'm into my running as well, so just going to be doing a lot of running and gym and trying to keep the fitness up as well. That's a massive key component to keeping good in the market mentally, for sure.
I agree. Yeah. Just for stress regulation as well, man.
Absolutely.
Like,
makes a difference.
I tell you what, there's nothing like if you've really had a bad day, go and have a long run. I tell you what, you come back and you're just like, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, I need to figure out if I want to learn any new skills or do something else, but I've got the time to now. So I think also it's important. I do want to look into futures, maybe find a lower time frame strategy so I can come on even on here in the mornings in London and be a bit more involved with the lower time frames would be good, because there's only so much I can say on the higher time frames. It's moving very slowly. Do you know what I mean? Every day is one candle.
Yeah.
There's not much going on. So it'd be good to understand lower time frame price action a little bit in London session.
Yeah. 5 minute is the GoDaddy for that. 5 minute is just super, super clean. We are stuck in this range though. This is horrible. But yeah, I think with futures as well, futures is quite interesting and it's good over CFDs, primarily because the amount of accounts that you can actually have. You know, if you've got 20 accounts all hooked up and it costs you the same as having one 200k account on CFD. But their rules with trailing drawdowns and things, I think they're a little bit unfair to traders, to me. I think a trailing drawdown in any kind of sense, both on the balance and the intraday. If you have an intraday trailing level.
Yeah, so say you're up 4% and then you've got a 3% drawdown and it goes back to under 1% profit. You've lost the account and you're still in profit on the trade.
But what if the trade is just, you know, it's just breathing, you know, it's just moving like it's normal amount.
Yeah.
What, you're going to penalize trade? You're going to penalize a trader for that? Or the balance as well. Okay, so it comes up once you're in profit, then you know it comes up to break even. So then you have to leave a buffer in the account. Yeah,
it's the buffer. It's the buffers for me. I don't know how that would work for me, because obviously you've got they almost, it's very easy to get funded if it's with certain firms, especially because.
Do you reckon? Why do you feel like that? Because I don't agree. I think it's really hard, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something that I don't see.
I was looking on Alpha Futures, which they've probably got the best accounts available, I'd say. They, I think their premium accounts like 8% profit target. Obviously, it's one phase. I'm not too sure on how big the drawdown is. But it's obviously it's trailing. I think it's end of day only though. Or is it balance?
Okay.
End of day balance. So they don't have that intraday, which is going to help you probably put more risk on the challenge.
When you say trailing though, okay, so let's say it's got a 5% trailing. So you make 4%, and then let's say the next day, then you lose a little bit. Does it then reset to 5% from that equity or that close of the balance? So it actually goes up and down. It doesn't just trail and then stay there.
I'm not sure,
Oh.
to be honest. Yeah, but I think it's lucrative because it's one phase, and many traders are going to try and this is where they're going to get caught out. They're going to go high risk on it, and then they're going to find that their trailing drawdown is going to take them out. So maybe you can't actually pass the accounts as quick as you think if you've got to go lower risk and keep your exposure low. But I'm not sure on the rules of when you get funded, and then you've got to keep a buffer. So you can't even, the certain amount of profit you make, you can't even withdraw that profit. It's normally what you go above a certain amount. So it's and all the different prop firms have different rules. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just too hard on CFD. Maybe I'm just stuck on CFD. Yeah. I just think it's just the easiest, cleanest, most transparent way of doing it.
Most transparent.
Because to be fair, okay, you got a target, one target, 2 phases, drawdown, and that's it. None of this buffer stuff, none of this trailing drawdown. It resets at the end of the day. Maybe it's just me, but
a lot of them have 5 winning days on the funded. So every time you get a payout, you have to have 5 winning days, and then there's sometimes consistency scores of 25, 20, 15%. So no day profit can be more than 20% of. So that doesn't even. You just have to stack small winners.
You're telling me you want to go into futures.
It's going to be a challenge, so we're going to see what it entails, I think. And if I don't like it, then I've at least considered giving it a go.
I think the most enticing thing is that we've seen in this industry 2 massive people make massive payouts of over $1 million from futures. You know, what's the Jade Cap and the other guy, another English guy. I can't remember his name. But they had payouts of over $1 million. All
I don't get how they do it.
One, they're incredible trade. There must be incredible traders that understand the game. And 2, everything, they've got 20 accounts, all copy traded. So really, each one of them, you're making 1,000 a day, 2,000 if you're having a really, really good day, copied over 20 accounts. Obviously, to get up to the levels of $1 million is nuts, but there you go. Anyway, so today, guys, this is the trade that we're in. We've already had one trade on pound dollar, same trade but on euro dollar. Later on, we're going to have Denzel as well in the session. We're going to be doing the giveaway and everything. Let me post the giveaway here just in case people have missed it. You know what? I'm going to post it on Instagram, so that will go on Instagram. So you've got a few hours to get into the giveaway, and that's it. That's all I can say. And how often are we going to have you on though? Is it just Mondays in London session? We're going to get you on a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure. I meant to do one day a week, but I can definitely now come on board with the fact I'm full time. So
that's it. We'll talk about it. We'll snap him up, guys, for a little bit more. We're gonna have to utilize this guy. So
I've enjoyed it. It's been good.
Definitely. All right, guys. We'll see you in New York session. Take care. Bye.